My money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds.
I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
Okay. Apparently they're taking the show on the road. When we think about spring cleaning, we usually think about tidying up around the house. But why not use spring cleaning as an opportunity to get your finances in order, Alex?
Why not? Okay, joining us live this morning is Julialma Taveras, a personal finance expert, the founder of Investing Latina, and apparently a TikTok phenom. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Important topic.
Yeah. So I just did my taxes yesterday. The
Yay.
fact that I made it out of bed today.
I'm with you. I did it Monday. It was so painful. It hurt my soul deeply.
Okay. So we've been talking about this all morning. You spring clean your home.
Yes.
Also, the perfect time to spring clean your finances. What does that mean exactly, and how do we get started?
Yes, you want to spring clean your finances because we got to admit that we ignore it. We ignore it, and some time can go by, and you have to be like, okay, what is actually going on? And so the first thing that you got to do is you kind of have to address like the messiest part, and I would say the messiest part of money is debt. So any debt that you might have, mortgage debt, credit card debt, you know, that's a big one for many of us. Car payments, student loans, right? We've definitely been ignoring those for a little bit of time, but you really want to just kind of look at everything that you owe, all of your debts. You want to address them. You want to organize them. If in any situation you could consolidate, you can refinance. Right now is not the best time to refinance, but consolidating credit cards could be a great way to spring clean, because that means that instead of having 10 credit cards, you have 2 or 3, you know? So that's a great approach to do, and doing it every so often, and especially for springtime, is a good way to do it.
Julie, how much time should one spend doing that?
I will tell you that I actually did it myself recently.
Okay.
So I sat down and went through all my credit cards. I kind of laid them all out, actually, because I don't carry all of them, but I laid them all out just so you can kind of see it visually.
You laid out the card, you laid out the
credit cards,
Okay.
all of the credit cards, and then I looked up all the statements, the latest ones, just to see, are there any fees that probably didn't belong there, right? You want to take a look at that. You want to address those things and make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of. That's a big part of keeping as much money as you can with you, right?
And speaking of consolidating, you also have an important tip pertaining to the number of accounts that we have. So
if you have too many, for example, you know, during the pandemic, I talked a lot about creating a high yield savings account, opening it up so you can get a higher interest rate on the money that you're saving. But because of what we were doing in the pandemic, opening so many accounts, you might be in a situation where you have 10 different savings accounts. Right. So now, as interest rates are high, you want to make sure that you just pick the one that has the highest interest rate, move all your money into it, and close it out. So don't have a lot of extra things. If you have unnecessary accounts that are really just with a little bit of money in there, save yourself the work and just make it simple.
Put it all in one account.
Right, and so, but to that degree, like, how are we prioritizing? Like, what are the ones that well, you mentioned the highest interest rate, but what are the accounts that we just need to have?
You absolutely need a checking account. You absolutely a regular savings account, a high yield savings account where you keep bulk money. So a lot of money, you know, your biggest savings, not just your $1,000 emergency fund. And then after that, you want to think about what are the ones that are making me money. So the Roth IRA, or if you have children, you might want to open up a custodial brokerage or 529 for them. So those are the accounts that you want to think about. So get rid of all the little ones, get rid of the ones that you probably have never used, that might have even actually closed the account because you haven't used it in so long, and focus on the ones that are going to make you money, that you absolutely need, so that you can just have a small wallet and not carry 20 cards with you everywhere.
Carry 20 cards,
That's stressful, the sound of that.
The checking, high-yielding savings, and then the
investment accounts.
Investment accounts.
Yes.
Get them done.
And speaking of savings, 401k. What are your tips for those?
Okay, so I know a lot has happened, you know, in the past, since the pandemic. People maybe have lost jobs, changed jobs, people are moving around. Don't leave those old 401k accounts behind. A lot of people do that, and they kind of don't know what to do with it. And the best thing that you can do is really, like I said, address them, take a look at everything. If you actually don't know if you have a 401 account somewhere, you can actually go to the National Registry and check, put your name in. All you got to do is type your name in, and it'll come up if you have an old account with an old employer. So you can make sure to do that. And we have the website right on here, unclaimedretirementbenefits.com. So go check out that website and see if you have any money laying around that you haven't claimed.
Phone number, you never know. This is like Chinese to me, most of this.
I met Julie right before the pandemic, and she was the one that said, get a high-yielding savings account. And because of that, I make money while I sleep.